Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jaybird. And this is game 39 of Battle of the Boxes. I'm in black, and this is called Nightbird. Nightbird split into the Bishop's Knight Queen. This is a long one to bot 3,200. And I did use the arrows analysis, and just to show you just how strong this opening can go to. And I picked my arrows. Maybe it's possible I could have done better than what I did, but let's check it out. It's a long one. E4, D6, D4, E6, F3, H6, D3, B6, castles, B7, C3, and you see this in my blitz games, D7, E5, and there's your Nightbird split. The pawn splits to two. After E5, D5, B3, I passive here. I chose this. So basically, I didn't listen to the arrows. I'm trying to choose my opening to get it deep as possible. After B3, G5, and obviously I start pushing up that side. After G5, H3, E7, into the Knightsburg. This is all me. E3, I push the pawn up, C6. You see this in my 3-minute blitz games. Just like this, you see it. And you know the queen's going to be right here. After C6, H2, C7, into the Bishop's Knight Queen. The bishop's on the outside of the Knight Queen in the middle here. You see this in my blitz games. I've been doing this lately in my 3-minute blitzes because I know it's solid because I'm playing a 3,200, but you still got to make right moves. So far, this is all me. No arrows I picked. After C7, H5, B4. Now, there's probably a joint thing here because now the real attack starts right now. So, B4. I say, all right, let's go. E2, C5. Okay, that's a joint thing. I'm pretty snug over here with all kinds of things going on. And maybe if he pushes the pawn, you just pass, threaten, 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 threaten. Okay, let's see. After C5, A3, he does that. Takes D4. Let's back that up. Oh, take a pawn. Get your pawn first and threaten the bishop. C4 take, D4 takes, D4 takes. C5. Chess is a funny thing. Now, I drawed the 2300 just the other day. I got another series of sections waiting to get ready for you to show you. And I still got to pick up these kind of tricks like this. It's these little tricks like this, just what you just saw here in these couple moves. Okay, after C5, F3, takes D4, takes D4, F6. And now, this is another trick. Where's the queen going to go? It's trapped. He takes, I take with this, and the queen's trapped. After F6, takes F6, takes F6, and the queen is trapped. Takes E6, C8, G7, F8, E5, takes H5, takes H5, C7, E1. I think I could have done better, but I chose the arrows. I probably, I don't know. It's possible to go another way, but I chose the arrows this way. After E1, C6, E2, E8, E1, D6, G3, E6, F5, C5, C4, A5, B4, takes B4, takes B4, takes B4, C6, takes rook E1. Maybe I shouldn't have went that way. Maybe I should have just took this. Well, let's go back here. He takes. Oh, I couldn't because the knight's here. There's no way to get out. Oh, okay. After C6, takes E1, takes E1, takes E1, H2, takes c4, takes c4, h5. I'm up in pawns, 2 rooks against 2 knight and a bishop. After h5, g3, g8, e3, g7, d4, c8, e2, c1, takes h5, h1, g2, g1, f3, takes h3, g4, h8, f5, f8, d6, a1, c4, h2, f5, b5, takes b5, f1, d6, f2, take, check, g4, f6, e4, g1, e3, e1, f5, e2, d3, e6, c2, h1, b3, e5, c2, a5, b3, h2, d4, g7, e6, h7, f8, g7, e6, h7, f8, h8, g6, g7, and this game ends up a draw, but I got to play it out and do the best I can. I'm fighting, and like I said, the arrows never always tell you the right moves. I lost games. I couldn't even draw games because I was listening to arrows. Actually, this game and the other game, I had to not listen to arrows and do what I had to do. Okay, after g7, e7, a3, d5, f2, h5, a7, f5, h7, e4, h2, g4, a4, e3, g7, e8, f7, d6, e7, c4, e2, f5. It's a fight. It's a real fight. After f5, f7, d6, g7, d5, f2, e6, a6, d3, c6, e7, c5, e6, d2, e4, c6, e7, a6, f5, g6, h4, h5, f3, takes d5, g4, d4, takes g3, e6. There has to be a sacrifice sooner or later. After e6, g4, takes f6, h2, e5, g3, f4, a7, e4, a4, c6, a5, d4, f5, e3, f6, e4, takes f4, and I knew this once this going down, it's a draw. After f4 takes, g2 takes, and it's a draw. Okay, that was almost 100 moves. So this, and I take notice they update their bots. Right now, I'm having a hard time beating a 2000. Now I beat the 1600 one game right out, all the way up to the 1600. I had a problem with the 1500 one. It took me like 3 games. I finally beat it within 3 games one time, and then I went to the 1600 and beat it right off the top. I can't understand this. I don't know what. It has to be me. I'm not seeing too much of the same. Maybe too much playing. And then they update their bots. Wait till you see my next game. I got this 2800 program playing a 1700, and dude, it's playing like 25, 26, 2700. I chose my arrows here, and this is how it went down. And, you know, the point of the Battle of the Boxes, I take notice, these games they want to try to take away so you don't have a move, and then leaves you out and then tries to leave you out of position at the same time, like a shredder. This is what a shredder does. I learned about a shredder in 2010 with Deep Fritz 8. It was a shredder that came with the programs. No, this is something crazy about this. So the boxes, trying to get these boxes, trying to leave you without a move. It's crazy. And this is just a scramble, just so, to try to gain some kind of position, and you can't get none. It's an even game. Okay, there you have it. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some more Battle of the Boxes.